and talk about a very, very special athlete. His name is Emmanuel Oyinbo-Coker. He is a special athlete of Nigerian descent who competes in the colors of England. He is blazing the trail with his recent performances, especially that at the Commonwealth Games in 2022, and he's looking forward to greater things in the future. Here is a special on this special athlete named Emmanuel Oyinbo-Coker.
The story of Emmanuel Oyibo-Coker is that of a special athlete who's defying all odds to actualize his dreams, and his recent stride is inspiring hope and belief in millions of young, black and African special sportsmen and women across the world.
He never looked at disability as anything. Nope. Emmanuel would do his shoelaces even before he was 8 years. He was doing shoelaces with one hand. I'd never, even when he wanted to go into secondary school and we were thinking about his tie, and we're thinking how he was going to be, sorting out his tie going into secondary school, he sorted it out himself without asking anybody. So, he's really made parenting him very easy. And I really thank God for the kind of son he is.
Right from childhood, he has always wanted to do things on his own. He wouldn't want anybody assisting to anything. So on several occasions, he would challenge me that I can run faster than you.
He's always saying to me, Mom, what can we do for the other children in Africa, in Nigeria, children who are like me? How do they progress in life? And I always say to him, don't worry, the right time is coming where you will get the platform to support those children and give them that encouragement, to know that they can even do better than you're doing, if they just put their mind to whatever thing they're doing.
England finished second behind Australia at the 2022 Commonwealth Games with 57 gold medals, and Emmanuel was not only a member of Team England but made his contribution to the medal haul with a gold in the T47 100 meters contest for men.
Quick time. He goes below 11 seconds for the first time in his career. That's the way to take gold.
I was filled with joy, if I'm honest. I was just filled with loads of joy, and I was just happy that all my family that traveled. I think we had about close to 20 family members that traveled to Birmingham. So I was just really happy that I could put a smile on their faces and they could be proud of me and see success in me, and then obviously wearing the England colours, I was just really proud to be representing and winning one of the first gold medals in track and field.
As soon as I saw him in the middle of the field when I knew he was coming through, I was already jumping from, I was running down the stairs coming to embrace him, because I knew at that point, because I know him very, very well, I know what he can do. We did pray before the race, and he said to me, Mom, I know with God, this is a done deal.
Mounting the podium in front of a capacity crowd at the Alexander Stadium enacted emotions and feelings that could last a lifetime.
I failed to qualify for the Paralympics last year, and obviously that was really disappointing for me because I believed that I could have actually made the team. So obviously coming to the Commonwealth Games, qualifying itself was a big achievement, and then winning was an even bigger achievement.
Unarguably his most important moment as an athlete, Emmanuel told us how he chose athletics over other sports.
When I was in primary school, so I think I was about maybe 9, 10, 11, that kind of age, I actually used to take up swimming. So I used to swim for my borough, which was Islington at the time. So I competed at the London Youth Games in 2012 and 2013, and across the 2 years I believe I got about 5 medals, 2 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze. So yeah, I was a really big fan of swimming when I was younger, but as I grew up I sort of got out of the swimming. But I also really like football. My favourite team is Arsenal, and I tend to play football quite a lot. I played semi-professional football for quite some time before I actually started athletics, and funny enough, when I started athletics I was doing both at the same time. But the problem was I used to have a lot of injuries, so it got to a point where I had to decide on which one that I wanted to focus on, and I chose the most realistic one that I can be successful in.
From day one, he has been highly competitive, and I always know that he's always wanting to race, he's always wanting to come first in everything he does. So I knew from day one that he was going to be a sport person, but I wasn't sure what he wanted to do. So, well, I had that definite answer to athletics when he was in secondary school, and his PE teacher, Miss G, scouted him for athletics.
When I actually started to train for athletics, I think I was in about year 10, so approximately around 15 years old. So originally I always used to go to like all these district competitions and compete for my secondary school. And so obviously I had a Canadian teacher, and obviously in the States they're quite big on athletics there. And she was the one that actually sort of used to speak to me all the time and try to encourage me to start doing athletics, because I never used to train for athletics. I was just naturally fast. So then I took her words and her advice, and she was the one that actually helped me find a club. So I joined Newham and Essex Beagles, and then since then I've been like training like most of the time for athletics.
Emmanuel told us his parents are a part of his success story. He says his mom is his #1 supporter.
To be fair, I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones, because obviously knowing us people from an African background, most of our parents want us to be doctors or lawyers, or you kind of understand the kind of job that they normally want. But I think my parents were very supportive, and especially my mum and my dad, you know, they literally encouraged me every time. My mum would be taking me to loads of different competitions, we'd be traveling up and down the country, 200-300 miles a day. You understand? So like I'll be traveling from one side of the country to the other side of the country just for one competition.
I've never at any point imposed anything on him. I allow him to make his free choice, and the only thing I need to do is just guide him and support him. You know, but, each time he needs to do something, you know, we'll say it and we'll sit down, you know, analyze it and look at the pros and the cons, and I will advise him on what to do, and you know, that has been helping.
Though he represents England in international competitions, Emmanuel is from the Yoruba part of Nigeria. Despite his allegiance to Great Britain, he identifies with his roots.
I like to eat aimashe and white rice. I also like jollof rice, but I think everyone likes jollof rice, isn't it? I like jollof rice. I like pounded jam and ogbono. I think that's how you say it anyways. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Nigerian dishes. We eat it all the time at home, because I love my home country. You know what I mean? I love going back home and seeing all my family in Nigeria. But at the same time, I've been here for a long time, and you know, the staff that I've here and the coaches that I've here have supported me throughout my journey.
A proud Nigerian doing great things in sports and diaspora, Emmanuel has his sights on burning the tracks in more competitions across Europe and winning more laurels.
So it's only from here now I can build on and go to the World Champs next year, which will be in Paris, and hopefully the aim there will be to get a medal.
Family is everything for Emmanuel, and this was demonstrated at the Commonwealth Games when he won the Commonwealth Gold and his younger brother was captured shedding tears of joy. The young lad is now often spotted with his older brother, who is blazing a trail.
I have always believed in him, and if for any reason I've never doubted him climbing up. But you know, with sport, with athletics, with anything to do with, you know, physical endurance, you can't really say this is the exact time where they hit their peak.
Emmanuel is targeting more glory on the track, and his personal best 10.94 seconds at the Commonwealth Games sets the tone for bigger landmark achievements in the future.
There's Davido and there's Wizkid. Wizkid is just classic, you know what I mean? And the thing is, I think me and my brother actually met Wizkid quite a long time ago in London. So I've been a big fan of Wizkid. You know, I think my favorite tune from Wizkid is probably Carol. And then Davido, big fan of Davido as well. My favorite tunes from him, I'd say maybe Skelewu or Dami Duro.